Hi everyone, this is Tanya the Lady Strange. This is going to be for the weekly collective reading for the week of October 13th of 2024, starting today to this upcoming Saturday. Wow, we're already at mid-October. Where is the time going? We're almost halfway pretty much to Samhain, which is my favorite holiday, my favorite season, of course, and where I feel the most connected. I do feel the most connected with my practice, my magic, my gifts, and my abilities on the hinge days, which I consider is Beltane and Samhain. They're my two most important holidays. I don't typically follow the full wheel of the year or celebrate. It's what I'm guided to, what I feel like to at that. But those are my staples of my practice when it comes to holidays and reverence for many reasons. So this video is not about my practice so much. So this is going to be the collective reading. Now again, this is just a general reading for the energies, circumstances, or situations that may present themselves this upcoming week. Just to better prepare whomever this may resonate with or apply to. Again, if it applies to you, great. If it does not, also great. To each of us have our own paths and our own lives and our own discernment, or hopefully we do. But basically this is going to be the reading for that. Again, general forecast. This helps, I believe, myself and the collective from the guidance from my guides, my abilities and gifts, and the spirits and deities that I work with and walk with in the universe to better prepare ourselves for what's upcoming for the week, to be mindful of, aware of. Again, circumstances can change day to day. So thanks for tuning in. And of course, if you do like my channel or content of my any previous readings, my 31 Days of Strange, or been following me, or you're just passing through, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps my channel grow and lets know that I am reaching others as they reach me, and that I resonate with that my gifts do. And my quirkiness and my strangeness, but also of those gifts and abilities and talents that we each offer each other in this life and experience. So let's see what you have for the collective this week. Because you have pull 3 cards, and that's what I'm already being told to do. So let's see what the collective should know this week or be mindful of. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Next card is 5 of Wands. And lastly, for the tarot, is King of Wands. So I didn't say it in the beginning, but this is the Darkwood Tarot. I've been alternating decks. I have many in my collection, which I'm fortunate to and work with different ways. This one's been calling to me. So, of course, and it's very witchy and very fun and woodsy and pagan, and has this type of year feeling and aesthetic to it. So again, great. And it did want to speak for the collective this week. So this week's message being here that we got Cups, a Queen of Cups, which is all about emotional energy, relationships, and the relevance of those, and our intuition and how we see, feel, and perceive. That's how I perceive the cups, in that aspect of that watery aspect. And then we got 2 Wands cards. We got the 5 of Wands, of course, as I showed, which is wands are responsive energy, active energies, creative energies, fire energies, and sometimes conflict energies. They are very active cards, and responsive type of suit is the wands, having to do with fire versus water. So, and then we have the King of Wands, which is another wand. So we have a lot of fiery, creative, somewhat high energy and responsive energies that may be presenting themselves this week. Sorry, I can't talk. Again, early in the morning, I woke up late, didn't sleep so well. Yeah, usual, blah, blah, blah. But so what it is indicating to me here this week is there's going to be a lot, I believe, for whomever this part may resonate that I'm mentioning right now. You're sensing a lot with the Queen of Cups, whether you're male or female or how you identify. You're sensing a lot of, you having a lot of feelings. There's a lot of intuition, which would be a bit way more heightened expected this time of year, with the veil being thinner as we grow closer to Samhain and have. But also with those of us that have been more in touch with our inner world, our emotions, and with the outside world of what we see and experience and the relationships and how they're relative to everything. So I see that there's a lot of feeling, of underlying feeling and sensing things intuitively. Your gut is feeding you a lot of things. Your emotions are feeling a lot. You're perceiving a lot more than maybe others around you are. So that can be causing, in certain ways, the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands here is indicating to me that it's a lot to do with challenges and struggles. That means, are you fighting your own self because of those feelings you have and letting them overtake and overwhelm you? Or maybe make your situations more challenging this week? Or are you also perceiving that others are going to be challenging you and it's going to be a highly more competitive week, whether it be at your job, your home, your experience, or in your personal relationships? Your intuition's guiding you towards that, but it's also is the Five of Wands to me, besides being that whole kind of competitive, struggling, competitive energies that can be also sometimes explosive and fighting energies on that. It can also be an opportunity to fight for what you need and be courageous, kind of like the Seven of Wands, which leads to that eventually. So despite inner challenges and potential conflicts of what you're sensing with others, it's also on how, with the Queen of Wands, how you're going to be nurturing. How you're going to nurture your feelings and those intuitive feelings and what you see and perspect, or look to your support systems, whether it be friends, family members, self-help books, or experience your guides, or just those you find, friends and family that you find the perspective of, that can give you another perspective in that. Because sometimes intuition can cause more of a struggle if we're over analyzing it or we're relying on that 100%. It's kind of good at points, me being an empath and being ruled by intuitive energy, and that's my day-to-day life. I often have to be mindful of that too, that I have to marry logic and nurturing with my feelings and my intuition and my inner struggles. There is a sense that there is going to be some struggling energies this week, and potential conflict, but I believe it's more of not letting your perspective and emotions overtake you, but using those to help you to nurture what you're fostering, what you've already have worked on and created, and what you're trying to create this week, and what you're trying to accomplish at this time of your life, no matter what that may be or what age you are at. So the King of Wands here is indicating to me that because you can stand in, if you look at that and you nurture yourself, your feelings, and be honest and face up with those challenges, and use that as an opportunity to grow and to respond, that basically, okay, someone's right by my window. Sorry about that. So, probably delivering a package. So, basically, with that is that the King of Wands is indicating to stand in your authority, to use that creative fire, that creative experience that you have got to fight the good fight, as they say. But to use that competitive energy, that competitive will in a great way with what you're sensing, and to discern through that experience of discerning of that and putting forth yourself. That's what's indicated to me this week. That despite the Five of Wands being an inner and potentially outer challenge, and looking at your feelings and intuition and marrying them with logic, that's what I'm saying on that, that it can help you to rule with an assertive, creative force, a warm force, a responsive energy without being reactive, but being healthily responsive through your own knowledge, wisdom, and relationships and relativity. So let's see what the Oracle has in messages this week that's going to explain, to clarify the intuitive feelings and energies we're feeling in response, and in turn with that Five of Wands energy, the challenges, the courage, and fighting the good fight, but it also doing and taking our own authority in a healthy, empowered way. How we're going to get through that this week. Not a bad week, just a more of a challenging week, and how we're going to approach those challenges and feelings in our relationships of what comes up. So again, I am using for the Oracle, I am using the Haunted Manor Oracle, one of my favorite decks of choice. It's frequent here, obviously, all the time, but this goes great with this. And again, this Haunted Manor would go great with something you would find in that Darkwood Forest. So let's see what you have for the collective. What does the collective that this applies and resonates with, what do they need to know? Or what will help to clarify the message of what the energies and circumstances that may present themselves this week, to be more mindful and aware. Okay, one is the Hearth. It is value your worth. See? Perfect. Value your own worth. Your own self-worth and your own value. The value that you have to yourself, the value you have to your relationships, whether that be relationships with friends, family, or spouse, or with your job or career and what you've created. Value your worth. You have a lot to offer. That's what my guides in the universe say. That be like that King of Wands and value your worth and experience and nurture that. Look at that as a perspective of that. Through the challenges that you have and the lessons you have already fought in your life, that this will help you to value your worth. Focus on your home, what your creation is, and your own self-worth and the value you have. We each have different values that we bring to the table, and that despite how the world kind of makes us feel that less than, remember you're not less than. Remember you're like the King of Wands and nurturing like the Queen of Cups. Let's see. Also, I'm being drawn to pull another from this, and it is Black Mirror. So Black Mirror is saying to face your fears. Another great card into that and applies to this message. So by what you're intuitively sensing, face your fears with that. Because some of the intuitive feelings or what you might be sensing, is it real or is it not? Kind of like the Seven of Cups on that. Is it real situations being presented or may be presented or happen? Or is it kind of an illusion? So with the Black Mirror, which helps to see like in scrying and to see and reflects and see beyond the truth and the veil of what's perceived. Also, facing your fears of any battles you have to face or any challenges with that Five of Wands energy, that's going to be integral this week to help you to stay in your authority. And I'm going to pull one more card. This is going to be from the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, just to see what it has for this type of, for the reading and a message this week to close out. Do you have for the collective who this message is for? Or maybe for? The Witch. Hail to the Witch. And those of us that are witches. And symbolic of this type of time of year and magic. My horrible eyesight, sorry. I'm going to put it up there because my eyesight's awful. I got to get my eyes looked at soon. Add another thing to the list. Kind of like the Five of Wands we just talked about in perception. But look at that, how the witch is actually, this is being mindful to me. Fire, creative fire and will. Look at that, will and desire. So there is the will and the desire of what you're creating, your own strength, that creative energy that you can use to respond effectively and for yourself versus what you put your mind to is what's going to help you to either create what you need to in the stability of this week and being healthy and nurturing your circumstances and staying grounded in your authority and your creativity and will, or can you create through also, if you don't face your fears or you let your fears overcome you, then that can create exactly what you don't want. So it's all about the perception and the focus. This is a lot to me about focus and that creative fire of the wands this week. So you are the master of what you're trying to create, like that King of Wands. And to be able to nurture that and hold that and use those challenging energies to your advantage. Use that as an empower, not something that's going to hold you down or overwhelm you, but respond effectively. That's what the wands are, is responding effectively, actively, and with courage and fire. So with that being said, I do see that it still is going to be a very, in certain ways, overwhelming week, but it's all about approach and perspective and how one takes their own steps and authority in that and facing their fears and their truth. Fears are just nothing but fears. They can limit you, they can be real, but they also can be like anxiety, something that is potentially not real or may not happen. Who knows? So I hope this all finds you well. And again, thank you for tuning in to these readings on that. I hope they resonate. And please comment below if these or any of my previous recent readings or things have resonated with you. And blessed be.